Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to our beloved Madam Jane, and our fellow friends. Today, we would like to presenting our finding 8, which is about the high school Bukit Mentajam. First thing first, we started with the introduction. Pulau Pinang is a peaceful and spectacular state to discovery and full of opportunity. Bordered by a number of other states, Pulau Pinang offers various privileges in aspects of economy, tourism, accommodation, and other. Part of that, in Pulau Pinang, there are singular schools that have a different or unique than other schools in Malaysia, and each is called Bukit Mentajam High School, and short form is a HSBM. HSBM is a first government school established in Penang, which is receiving a 385 first generation students from various races to further their education at the secondary level. Today, HSBM has over 1,000 students studying in the grade 1 to the 6th grade. Also, the original design of the school building was taken from the elementary school in Ringgoran Road, Singapore. The old school building located on the Block C today is preserved. It was also declared by a Prime Minister Abdullah Ahmad Badawi on March 40 recently as a school heritage building. Okay, we will talk about the name. The name of the school has been changed several times. The government English school Bukit Mentajam in the early year to the Bukit Mentajam High School. Then it has changed to Bukit Mentajam High School until now. This school, however, is better known as a high school by the local community. In Malay, English High School was named as Bukit Mentajam High School. And then in 1997, transformed to the SMKTBM, and which is called as a Bukit Mentajam National High School. In Mandarin, it transformed become the Mount Mentajam High School, and it named as a Dan Shanzhou Yingyuan Zhou, which is mean Bukit Mentajam English High School. In this finding aids, we will discover a lot detail about HSBM school, and it is also categorized to the 5 chapter. The first chapter about the school building, second chapter about the tradition and heritage, third chapter about school student life, fourth chapter about the alumni association, and the fifth chapter about the notable alumni. We start with the chapter 1, which is a school building. In architecture, construction, engineering, and real estate development, they refer to any human-built structure that is used or occupied by people on a daily basis. Meanwhile, the student referring to anyone who studies there. Modular school structure may be equipped with information technology IT facilities, or only just a classroom. In addition, schools usually have several teachers to educate and guide students. In Pulau Pinang, High School Bukit Mentajam have a base structure of the school building from old generation until nowadays. We move to the school building history. In the first administration of Providence Wesley, School Bukit Mentajam Secondary School was the first school to be established. The aim of the school build is to meet the growing number of students in the province, which students have make their choice to in the 1920th centuries to cross the channel twice a day on the island of Pulau Pinang to study outside STDV. Among the school on this island are Penang Free School and ST Xavier Institutional, which is one of the most famous school of the century. In 1929, the beginning of the building is of this school building was built with a wooden block which standing on the top of the small hill, and also the one of the national main timber block built in 1926. Start school with their own playground in that century. The school ground and school road were still in the manufacturing process of proposal. The cutting and the leveling of the road took many years until in 1931, which is MC Chair Mr. C.E.H. Jacob entered to the office, which is convinced the Jabatan Kerja Raya to plan capitalism all over the surface, cut down the coping and plan when they are reached the specific height, and follow back to the clay to become a playground for the school. During the Japanese occupation on Malay in 1941, the Japanese surrendered to the British in 1945. The HSBM placed to Australian forces. The school was moved to the paddy field behind the Bukit Mentajam District Hospital. By December 13, 1941, Penang has been bombed, and every day school children could see the Japanese Zero fighter jet flying across the Mentajam Bukit Express to the island, which is causes the destruction of and fatality dies about the children in that centuries. After the Japanese army surrenders in September 1941, the school reopened and received a registration of students who wanted to further their education. Before DKS1 arrived in 1946, active school principal attained by Chong Hong On. A year after taken office, DKS1 was replaced by the J.E. Todd, who had the post of the HSBM headmaster from 1947 to 1945 to 1940. HSBM actually had a large number of the head teachers since in inception, and today HSBM principal is Muhammad Ghazali Abu Bakar, which is their prime minister Datuk Sri Abdullah Badawi, who had studied at HSBM, and former Malay and Singapore Police Chief Tun Muhammad Saleh Ismail, and other students at the school. And that's for my presentation. And
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Farimul Jamli, and I'm here to present the tradition and heritage of High School Bukit Mentajam. One of the tradition that we found is the school assembly. The school assembly has established from the first ever that this school has been opened. This assembly is always happen in early morning on Monday. This assembly will start after the headmaster will goes up to the stage, surrounded by the teacher in the semicircle. After that, after the headmaster sit on his chair, the color captain, which is the person who represent the house of each color, will goes up to the platform that they call castle, and recite the oath of the school pledge, or they call it the compass, and lead the other to singing the school anthem, which they call color song. This tradition been held for so long because in one of the quote that being said by the first headmaster of the school is Mr. E. Dila M. Stowell, that say that this school need an assembly to make sure each student have seen the unity of the piece. The school pledge also is one of the tradition of the school, which is the color captain will lead the other to recite with them. This pledge have the mission, vision, and the pride of the student in the school. The crest also is also one of the tradition that we held, which is in the crest itself have the outline of the bukit, which is assemble the Bukit Mertajam between the grain of padi in each side the crest to indicate the agriculture major, the activity in the major environment. This crest actually been created by the Mr. Oh Boon Tat in 1948 in one of the competition that created by the Mr. Sung Engkong. This crest also have the Latin of their motto, without capacity nolly out confess, which is in English they say accomplish or do not begin. The color captain is actually is like the represent of the school, the student body of their school. They have 4 each in the early day with red, yellow, blue, and green. But now they change into the House of Chisman, House of Stowell, House of Calling King, and House of Sun and Kong. This change is because the Chisman house, with the color of red, is actually to give honor to Mr. H.S. Chisman, with the establisher of the school. Stowell House, we indicate with yellow color, is to give honor to Mr. E. Dila M. Stowell, the first headmaster of the school. The blue house, the Calling King House with the color of blue is to give the indicate honor of Mr. The Reverend Calling King, the headmaster during World War II. And the green house and the green color of the Sung In Kong House is given to the is giving honor to the donor named Mr. Sung In Kong, which also create a scholarship that called Sun In Kong Gold Medal. In 1990s, there have new color that create with its orange that called Tun Saleh House. We given the honor to the Mr. Tun Muhammad Saleh bin Ismail, one of the alumni that become the first inspector at General of Police of Singapore and Malaya. The heritage that we found in this school is the school itself, because in 2009, the Prime Minister at that time, Tun Abdullah bin Ahmad Badawi, or what we call Patla, is actually one of the old boy, or what we call actually the alumni of the school, give the heritage value to this school. This is because after he with the representative of Education Board of Education and the Ministry of Heritage and History have given thought that this school should have heritage value in order to give the Penang Island mostly the history value.
Okay, for my part, it's about student life in high school. Student life is the best moment in person's life. There is a life independent of all the difficult world fears and worries. The student's mind is filled with noble ideologies and his eyes are filled with dreams. Student life is a critical time in a person's life. Discipline is the most important stuff in student life, and punctuality without students of the disciplines is like a bird without wings. It has been said that student life is golden life because the most important aspect of human life is student life. It is the time of pure happiness and joy since a student's mind is free from the concerns and worries of an adult life. The character of man is built up during this period. Thus, it is called human's life formative area. Every student should do their best to make the best possible use of their student life. A student's primary duty is to learn and to gain knowledge. In the right time, he needs to do all of his job to keep up with punctuality to discipline. We must note that if a student succeeds in his college career and his character is founded on a simple tone, he will be able to be successful in every field of life and represent his community and nations. A student should spend most of his time in reading and learning of the golden period. A good student never waste his time reading, but he must not always be a bookworm involved in his studies. He must be careful about his health and spend some time in sports and games every day. At the same time, he should try to develop both his body and mind. He has to striving to improve his intelligence as a student. He should also seek to learn some positive qualities in society such as loyalty, dutifulness, reverence for the elders, and compassion and sympathy for fellow men. A student's duty is to follow his parents and teachers and respect the society's elders. Students represent the country's potential hope, so every student should seek to be the best person in all respects so that he can represent his country to the fullest extent possible. For the starting new semester of student life, there's so much going on when we start a new semester at school that it's hard to keep track of all the things that students have to accomplish. Here's a list of stuff the high school student does to make sure that the students remain ahead throughout the semester. Arrange the timetable to make sure that students attend the classes they want. Drop any lesson that you have chosen not to take. Purchase books, notebooks, supplies to the school. Map an effective route to classes to ensure students are not late during the first week. Next, student obtain the student ID. Check desks with counselor. Organize all the syllabus materials in the class so the student can quickly access them. Establish a timeline for analysis. Place important dates in the student plan book such as exam, homework, and assignment due date. Register for and attend any club meetings that students are interested in taking part in beginning semester. Go over to the office time of every student teacher and get in touch with them. Continuous semester of student life. Continuous semester is the burden for the students and effectively and firmly it is enormously important to the year of the studies. First, be organized. Organization is important for student academics to be successful. Holding the binders and folders organized and tidy will help you remain motivated. It will be incredibly difficult to get yourself back on track later if the start semester is unorganized. A messy stack of papers may lead to the lack of study and work motivation. So, be sure to keep the books and supplies smooth and clean. Next, stay on the top of school. Beginning the semester on track and being prepared, the student's life academic wonders. Do the best for student life not to fall behind in school. Missed classes and deadlines make it difficult to catch back up, particularly at the beginning of the new semester. In student life, all notes must be kept in line and all assignments must be switched. In the long run, it will be very helpful to the students. Next, relax. Studying non-stop is neither safe nor successful. To prevent too much stress, it is necessary to schedule some downtime. Intend on visiting friends, spending time in a sport or party, or just staying and relax to give your mind off school and let yourself recover. Remember, not to neglect all academic obligations entirely but find a balance between work and fun. Lastly, set attainable goals. Whether the student is in high school or college, there is some explanation why students are attending school and why education is important to them. Perhaps it's about having a nice, fulfilling career or something else. When the student recognize that the target they want to accomplish, the student will definitely feel inspired to achieve that goal immediately.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Wafi bin Sulaiman from IM to ST2, and I will explain about Alumni Association for Bukit Mentajam High School. So the definition of the alumni is it can be referred to men or only used to refer to women, but alumni are often referred to both, where they attend to the same school. The singular form for a man is alumnus, and for a woman, alumna. Alumni mean a person who attend or graduate from a particular school, college, or university. So, Bukit Mentajam High School, as one of the oldest school in Malaysia, there are an active alumni association for Bukit Mentajam High School to foster a spirit of loyalty and promote the general welfare of the school. The alumni association also work to connect students who have studied here even after they graduate from the school. They also have many events and alumni meetings that have been held in order to further strengthening relationship between former students of Bukit Mentajam High School. Also, the school, there are many notable alumni that we all can know, which is our former Prime Minister and Bukit Mentajam High School patron, Tun Abdullah Ahmad Badawi, former. Also, we have Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar, and then former Secretary General of the Foreign Ministry, which is Tan Sri Ahmad Fuzi bin Abdul Razak. Okay, now for the Alumni Association past event. On Saturday, 21 January 2012, HSBM was held an event for Homecoming Day, opening ceremony of the Fonsi Complex and School Hostel, and the annual reunion dinner 2012 in conjunction with the School Founders Day that was in the 18th January. As the patron of the HSBM Alumni Association, our former Prime Minister Tun Abdullah bin Haji Ahmad Badawi and Tun Jain Abdullah will grace the opening ceremony as the guest of honor. And then on the night of 21 January, the alumni reunion dinner was held in the school compound with float gigs surrounding, bunting and decoration to create a festival and nostalgic atmosphere for all the alumni. The dinner also include the performance from the school brass band and live entertainment from specialists. On 22 January 2017, our former Prime Minister Tun Abdullah Haji Ahmad Badawi joined over 800 alumni of Bukit Mentajam National School at the school 90th anniversary celebration. The celebration began with a rally at the school in the morning and followed by the opening ceremony, football, rugby, cricket and lounge, before ending with a dinner at a hotel. Abdullah Haji Ahmad Badawi in his speech said that alumni need to work together to ensure that the welfare of the member of the association is maintained and that their close relationship can last for a long time. And then the recent one is 7 February 2019. An annual reunion was held at the Royal Selangor Club at Dataran Merdeka, Kuala Lumpur. While Abdullah Haji Ahmad Badawi were unable to attend at the annual meeting dinner, but the meeting also still rousing one. In Kulasagaran speech, who also is the popular Rotarian, called on alumni to hold their 92 years old school slogan, which mean accomplish or do not begin. Schoolboys, schoolgirl, teachers are also attend to the reunion with the entertainment provided by many popular band.
Assalamualaikum. Today I will talk about notable alumni of Bukit Mertajam High School. The first of the alumni I will talk about is Tun Dr. Sri Haji Abdullah bin Haji Ahmad Badawi, or we call it Pak Lah. Pak Lah was born in November 1939. He come from Bayang Lepas, Penang. His son and grandson of religious teachers. He was attend Bukit Mertajam High School and study at MBS Methodist Boys School, Penang in 6 years. He graduated from the University of Malaya with a Bachelor of Art degree in Islamic Studies in 1964. After graduating from university, he entered the Malaysian Administrative and Diplomatic Corps. Abdullah Ahmad Badawi is a former Prime Minister of Malaysia. He served as Prime Minister from 2003 until 2009. He selected Deputy Prime Minister in 1969 following the demise of Anwar Ibrahim. Abdullah succeeded Mahathir Mohamad as Prime Minister in 2003. He was also the chairman of the United Malaysian National Organisation, UMNO, the Malaysia's largest political party. He was born into prominent political religious family. He served on the National Operations Council, which exercised executive authority during a national state of emergency in 1969 until 1970. He eventually moved to Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports before becoming a member of parliament for his electoral district of Kepala Batas in 1978. He held several prominent positions under Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Abdullah became Prime Minister in 2003 and proved to be very successful in that role. Fondly known as Pak Lah or Uncle Abdullah, he earned a great deal of love and appreciation from his people for his effort to bring out meaningful change to the country. Upon leaving office in 2009, Raja Mizan Zainal Abidin was awarded the title Tun for his service to the nation. Next is Tan Sri Laksamana Krishnan or Tan Sri L. Krishnan. Tan Sri L. Krishnan was born on October 21st, 1922. He was from Madras, India. He was director Malaya's movie in Singapore. He was raised in India and he was educated at Bukit Mertajam, Penang, or in Bukit Mertajam High School in 1941. Until becoming a film producer, he served as a receptionist at the Raffles Hotel in Singapore in 1942. He was assistant director of film at Kalavani Films in Madras in 1947 before returning to Singapore in 1949 and working as film director at Shaw Studio. He was briefly employed as a translator during the Japanese invasion of Malaysia in 1946. The British Army sent him back to Madras and a year later he found work as assistant film director at Kalarani Film in Madras. In 1949, Tan Sri L. Krishna moved to Singapore to become a film producer at Shaw Studio. Tan Sri L. Krishna first met the late Tan Sri P. Ramlee in Singapore in 1941. P. Ramlee's remarkable success at Shaw Brothers Jalan Ampas Studio in Singapore was the obvious product of the studio's amazing environment of the seasoned film's crew, choreographers and directors that Shaw Brothers had put together from India, Hong Kong and Indonesia, and the chief among them was Tan Sri L. Krishnan. In April 1952, Krishna resigned from Shaw Bros Studio to join Datuk Lok Wan Tok and Hope Ah Lok's category studio. He emigrated to Kuala Lumpur in October 1916 to establish an independent studio with Hope Ah Lok. In 1963, he resigned from Studio Freedom to run his own company. And in October 1970, Krishna found Gaya Film Berhad and several film and music-related companies such as Gaya Music Studio, Gaya Color Laboratory, Sdn Berhad, and Datuk Krishnan Holding Sdn Berhad. During his 30 years of filmmaking, he has produced some of the greatest names in the homeland of filmmaking, such famous legends as the late Tan Sri P. Ramlee, Datuk Mariam Menado, the late Kasmah Buti, the late Datuk Mustafa Ma'aruf, the late Fat Latifah, M. Amin Omar, and many more. The third alumni is Tan Sri Professor Emeritus Chim Foon King. Tan Sri Professor Chim Foon King was a renowned and outstanding Malaysian civil engineer in engineering practice as well as engineering science and education. He is known for his excellence in geotechnical, structural and hydraulic engineering. He was a local pioneering engineer who played a key role in the development of engineering education, research and practice in the region. His experience and accomplishment has enriched the engineering brotherhood both nationally and globally, and his achievements have been recognized worldwide. Chin Fung Ki was born in goldsmith family of Mr. Chin Siu Woon and Mr. Chan Yuk Him in Nibon Tebel, Penang in 1920. Unlike the other overseas Chinese from the Taishan district of the Guangdong province in China, Chin's forefather left China in 80s to pursue the fortune in British Malaya. He was third generation to be born in Malaya. Chin completed his secondary education at Bukit Mertajam High School and was awarded a straight settlement scholarship to study at Raffles College, Singapore, where he earned his first class diploma in arts. He then taught at his old school before he received a Queen's Scholarship in 1949 to study civil engineering at Queen's University, Belfast, United Kingdom. In Belfast, he received the Civil Engineering Foundation and the Belfast Association of Engineers Award. In 1952, Chin graduated with first class honour in engineering and went on to complete his master's degree at the same university while working as an assistant lecturer. And the next alumni is Tan Sri Datuk Ahmad Kamil Jaafar. Tan Sri Datuk Ahmad Kamil Jaafar is the permanent representative of Malaysia to the United Nations in New York. He has been regarded as a diplomat on a par with Tun Kazali Shafi'i and Tan Sri Ajit Singh and Tan Sri Razali Ismail. Ahmad Kamil bin Jaafar was born in Kulim, Kedah on August 27, 1937. He attended at Bukit Mertajam High School at 1946 until 1947 and Kuala Kangsar College in Malaya. Subsequently, at the University of Malaya, he served previously as Secretary General of Ministry of Foreign Affairs from April 1989 to August 1996. Ahmad Kamil served as Ambassador to Switzerland, China and Japan before serving as Secretary General of Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Next is Lieutenant General Datuk Abdullah bin Samsudin. Lieutenant General Datuk Abdullah bin Samsudin was born on 20 October 1930 at Mukim 7, Teluk Air Tawar near Teluk Air Tawar, Mus. Two eyewitnesses were presented, Jafri Malik Abdullah and Jamal Harim Abdullah, who had married his wife Datin Norleni, daughter of Muhammad Saleh. Datuk Abdullah bin Samsudin has early education at Sekolah Rendah Januari 1967 in Indonesia, Teluk Tawar 1940. Until September, he attended secondary school at Bukit Mertajam High School in January 1401. Unfortunately, until 1945, he was forced to quit temporarily due to occupation of Japanese soldiers. After Japanese soldiers removed the Malaya regiments, he resumed his study in 1945 and finished his study in December 1941. Nevertheless, he decided to leave school on March 20, 1952 and 2 days later, took the train to Port Dickson and to join the Malaya Regiment training on March 25, 1952 and was appointed as the future officer. On July 29, he was moved to the Federation Regiment under Gerard Templer to train among the 12 best trainers at Proud Octo Wing, Port Dickson. From April 24, 1953, he began his military training abroad at Eton Hall Officer Cadet Academy, Chester, England. He then enrolled at the Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst on September 9, 1953 and graduated on February 5, 1955. And the last one is Datuk Seri Anwar bin Ibrahim. Datuk Seri Anwar bin Ibrahim was born in Cerok Tok Kun, Bukit Mertajam, Penang on 10 August 1947. Anwar is glowing like the meaning of name Anwar is glowing. That was father give to him. Yeah. His father was Datuk Haji Ibrahim Abdul Rahman, a former member of parliament and parliamentary secretary to the Ministry of Health. His mother was Cik Yam Abdul Hamid Hussein, was a speaker of the UMNO Women's Movement. He was often taken to women's lecture as a child. On February 26, 1980, he married Datin Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Datuk Ismail, a student at Royal College of Surgeons, Dublin, Ireland. who later worked at the eye clinic at Petaling Jaya University Hospital. His marriage to Datin Sri Wan Azizah was born with 6 heads. His eldest daughter, Nurul Izzah, was elected as Member of Parliament of the Kuala Lumpur Valley and Pematang Poh Penang. As a child, he attended primary school in Bukit Mertajam Boys School and Bukit Mertajam Penang. Later, he continued his secondary education at Kuala Kangsar Malay College, MCKK, from 1916 to 1966. While MCKK, he was involved in the Malay Association and Deputy Speaker College. He was also appointed Chief Supervisor of the MCKK. He also learned about Sanusi Juni, Kamaruddin Jaafar, Yahya Ahmad. Subsequently, in 1967, he began his higher education at Malaya University in Malaya. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and hear me talk about it.